Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is your sister, Sinette and Angela. Wanted to come forth and just do a brief share. Wanted to talk about something that I think is a testimonial and an educational tool as well, that being dental care. Now, I know I don't have the whitest teeth, the perfectly aligned teeth, and what I've come to the conclusion, being the age that I am, that is not necessarily the most important thing, the aesthetics of it, but more so the health of your mouth, including your gums and your teeth, which involves basically and affects your whole entire body. Those are just a few reasons to have good dental care. And of course, to eat your favorite snacks, such as Skinny Pop. I can eat this for dinner and I'll be happy for days. But anyway, popcorn is one of my favorite snacks. I like to crunch, and I give thanks for basically, pretty good healthy mouth at this point in my life. However, I was led to believe, and I've shared this story also, and I'll go a little further back. But when I was in school, once one of the kids there asked me, Angela, how do you keep your teeth so white? And me being who I am, so innocent, naive, I said, well, my grandmother make us wash our mouths out with soap. And the whole class and everybody was just laughing for forever on that. It was a joke to them, but it was literally true, because she made a soap, and that's what we brushed our teeth with, was this soap that she made. I never really or remember the recipe, but I do remember her cooking it outside in this big old black pot, and we using it for several things, including brushing our teeth as well. We also use salt and baking soda, and once in a while we'll use what we had, a toothpaste called Crest. I guess it's still out, I'm not sure, but we use that, and that will last for months, because we didn't use that as much because we used the other things. And as I got older, in my 20s, I know definitely I did not go to the dentist. In my teens, I definitely didn't go, and I didn't go in my childhood to the dentist. But in my 30s, I started to go, and everybody thought, we can whiten your teeth and give you braces, and it'll be so perfect. You have the perfect mouth. And I was contemplating, even one dentist, back then that was a big deal, put me on a payment plan to use my insurance that I had. But finally, I came to the conclusion, no, I was happy with the shape of my mouth. It wasn't affecting my breathing. It wasn't affecting the shape of my mouth, how I swallow, how I eat. I didn't really necessarily have a bad overbite, but I knew my teeth weren't perfectly straight, and that was okay. I decided that that was okay, that my mouth was not straight. And I had a friend at the time that said, your mouth is fine as long as you take care, do really good dental hygiene. You don't need to look perfect like everybody else. That's not that important. So that confirmed it. So I never did. So, later on down the line, I went to the dentist finally in my 30s or 40s, something around there. And they said that my gums weren't in good shape, and by the time that I was 45 or 50, I won't have any teeth. And I was like, wow, that don't sound right, because, I've had all my teeth for this while, and they want to pull all of my teeth. And there must have been something going on about that time, because I had two aunts that had all of their teeth extracted, and a few other people that recommended that, or got recommendations that they remove all of their teeth at the time. It sounds crazy, but it was true. They wanted to take out all my teeth because they said my gums weren't healthy. And I was like, well, sometimes my gums aren't inflamed, they're not swollen, I don't have any loose teeth. And fortunately, the alignment of my mouth and my teeth is the same shape. I haven't lost form of my mouth. And I don't have any tooth pain. And at one point I did, and it got infected, and I had that tooth removed. But at the time, I was strictly vegan or vegetarian, and that tooth had gotten really, really bad. And most of my life, all of my teen years and my 20s and to my early 30s and some in my 40s, I was vegan, vegetarian, mostly vegetarian. So I wasn't eating any meat whatsoever. And I got off of vegan vegetarian in my late 40s or something like that, mid 40s or something like that. And I started back on fish and I became more healthier. But, after that spell with that teeth, I didn't really know what to do actually, since the dentist had recommended that I, have all of my teeth extracted. Now that I know what I know, and I worked in med surg and surgery and did some research, it is true that surgeons will not operate on you if you have a history of bad control of your diabetes or your hypertension, because it affects your mouth and makes you high risk for infection or post-op mortality. So nowadays they are looking and they are coming to realizing more how important dental health is, and how it will affect your outcomes and health or surgery if you don't have good dental hygiene. So perhaps that's what they were thinking, even though I wasn't diabetic or anything like that. I mentioned to one of the dentists at one time that when I brush my teeth, my gums do bleed, but that's been doing that ever since I've been brushing my teeth. But they don't bleed on their own. They're not red. They're not inflamed or anything like that. I just have bleeding gums, but my teeth are intact. I don't have any loose teeth still, but I really don't understand the rationale why they want to extract my teeth till this day, really, besides what I just mentioned. But dental hygiene, your dental care, we need to talk about it more. We need to understand if your bones can repair themselves, if your bones can heal, if we grow, and if we age, and if we can prevent certain osteoporosis or bone processes from occurring. And since teeth are bones, why can't we heal our teeth as well? And, of course, our gums are part of that. We are continuously healing and repairing ourselves, but we have to give our body what it needs and avoid things that it don't need. So I want to talk about some of those things. And incidentally, maybe about 2 weeks ago, I was in line. I have a bad habit. When I go in line, I see an interesting magazine. I look at it. If I'm, and I look through it and I decide I want it. And I'll forget when I get in line that I have the book and I pay for it. But anyway, this particular magazine is the Well-Being Journal. And this is Prevent Diabetes and Heart Disease. And then I saw the missing dental vitamin. Every time I see something like that, it's just, wow, what? So I wanted to get this and look at it. And in this, it talked about a lot of things that in the past that I researched to help, me keep my teeth and prove these doctors wrong or these dentists wrong, that I did not need to extract all of my teeth and get a a gum implant. But anyway, let's talk about some of the nutrients that we are lacking. And we are indeed lacking these nutrients because we are more into processed foods now. We are. And our soil is not the same. We're not getting the right amount of sunshine. Our skies are, our skies aren't the same, of course. And our sun is still there. There's nothing wrong with the sun. But, certain things are done in the air and in the sky that we don't get as much sun as we need to. Also including the radiation in the cell towers that we do have that can interrupt us getting the right amount of sunshine that we need to help us build up the vitamin D and the vitamin C that we need, or the nutrients that we need in our body. That's also important. But some of those nutrients, I'm going to list them if you don't know, are vitamin A. It's real important for building up the structure of your bones. Vitamin C for repair. D3 for building up your bones as well. K2 for making sure that the vitamin D and the calcium gets inside of the bones, including your teeth. magnesium for strengthening, zinc for building up, the omega-3s and 6s balance that we need. We need fats in our diet. We've taken out a lot of fats, which is a big no. We do need those omega-3s and those omega-6s in our diet. Definitely, at least pretty often, daily, of course, including, sardines and salmons and grass-fed butters and lard and things of that nature. Also, we need collagen. We not drinking as many bone broths and cooking our meats with the bones in and the cartilage and the gristles and all that we need to help build up our gums and strengthen our gums and our whole entire body. We need collagen. We have what we call collagen supplements nowadays that we can also get so we can help build up our bones and our gums as well. One food that I really like and I eat a lot of in the spring and the summer that's good for so many things, but it's especially good for antioxidant, which is blueberries. I eat a lot of that, and antioxidants are very important. We need to decrease inflammation in our bodies as much as possible. So if we have these things that help build up and strengthen our bones, we will have a good case for good dentation and good bone health, as well as, of course, dental health. And of course, some of those things that we need to avoid are sugars, white flour, grains, and processed foods. As much as possible, we need to take those out of our diet or decrease the usage of those because they promote inflammation and can cause inflammation in our bodies. And I mentioned in another video what I did with my nursing students is, nurses with BSN, they focus more on administrative and documentation and things like that. But for my students, I made sure that it was ingrained into them that hospital-acquired infections start in the mouth. And as a matter of fact, a lot of diseases start in the mouth. We need probiotics to make sure that we have a healthy microbiome because we need to outweigh the bad bacteria. So making sure that we eating our probiotics foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and just make a diverse array of probiotics in a diet, and not too many because too many can be bad as well in our diet, to help maintain a healthy gut, because what's in the gut's also in the mouth. And if there's an unhealthy microbiome, there's going to be one in your mouth as well, and it can eat away at your teeth and promote dental caries as well, and poor gum health as well. So all of these things are so very important. You don't necessarily, I forget the name of the doctor that I read or saw once before that said a lot of diseases start in the mouth, and you don't necessarily have to run a fever or anything, and there could be infection and inflammation brewing in your mouth and you not even know it. And it can promote, as we know now, that most heart attacks aren't necessarily because of high cholesterol, but from inflammation and calcification or too much calcium in our bodies. So K2 will help move that calcium out of the bloodstream into where it's supposed to go, into the bones, into the teeth, to help strengthen it up. So that's my testimony of how I got to be where I am now. I'm not saying that I have perfect teeth, because I don't. I do not whiten my teeth, but I do make sure that I include the nutrients and the foods in my diet so that I can maintain a healthy diet. And, some people, they like to say that my poor teeth or this or that runs in the family. And it's sort of a blueprint, but it doesn't necessarily have to dictate where you go. Sometimes we have to look at what our family members did, that what we should do different so we can have a better outcome. So that's something to think about and realize as well. Just because you have that blueprint don't mean you can't change it around or make it even better or structure it the way that you think it should be, or it can be for your best health. So I just wanted to come forth and talk about promoting good dental care. And I think most of the time it's kind of obvious, but not so. And more so, we are becoming more educated and aware of the things that we need to do, but now we need more promotion to actually do. And so I just wanted to come forth and share that and keep smiling. And you don't necessarily have to have perfectly white teeth because our bones aren't perfectly white. But as long as you have good dental care, and not necessarily going to the dentist is important too. If that helps you, you go. But I make sure that I brush, with maybe baking soda, making sure I rinse a lot. I don't really floss a lot, but I do rinse my mouth out a lot. And I find that when I rinse my mouth out, that I get a lot of debris out of my mouth as well. And that's very important. Even after you eat, say like popcorn is very, very important. So that's not harboring in your mouth because that can promote inflammation as well. So anyway, that's it for now. Hopefully that gave you something to think about, something very important to think about, because dental health is a great indication of your own health as well. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for visiting the city, and I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.